Okay, so let's see what we can do. Let's use this as a bit of a table today. Got big changes with the EDC system going on this month. Let's go over what I was using. I was cycling between these a lot the past month. The Cold Steel Cobin, a very underrated blade, very capable. It's definitely, you can tell by the design of the knife that it's meant for specific tasks. It's a friendly knife, for, cutting apples into pieces and sharing cheesecake, etc. But yeah, it's a great lightweight multi-purpose blade. It's a decent camp knife. You've seen me do batoning with it. It's decent at food prep. The best thing is that you do get a nice long blade for a very low weight. And I'll be sending this off to a friend. The clip attaches onto a belter pack easily, but it does pop off. So if you mount it onto your boot, which is it's intended, you really got to push it off with your thumb from the sheath. So the Cobin, it's a great carry, just because it's lightweight. And it's got a really ergonomic handle. AUS-8, so the steel is okay. Not the best, but certainly not the worst. Cold steel does have a great heat treatment on it. Overall, I'd say, yeah, it's a 9 out of 10, for sure. Just, I'd say put on a tech lock or something else like that, or a UT clip instead of this thing, just because it pops off easy on a boot or a belt, etc. So, that's kind of my final thoughts on that. I love Condor knives. Just haven't had a chance to get more for reviews in the channel. But the sheath is absolutely amazing. I love the quality you get of steel material and the really, really nice sheaths being made in El Salvador. As you can see, it's molding very nicely, getting that almost Kydex-like click. So this is the Neoness Mk 1095, and it has the micarta handles. A great small EDC blade, 3.5, just under 4-inch blade there. 3.5 ounces overall. I'm just going to clean it up a bit, but it's getting a nice patina. Doing a lot of food prep with this blade helps force the patina. You've seen me do batoning, feather sticking with it. Another great overall camp knife. You could easily lash some cordage on that sheath, make it a neck knife. Maybe I would like to see a tiny bit of a guard stick out, or a bit of a finger choil here could have been done. And if I had the tools, I would have a big, like a belt grinder or something, and knock off this spike a bit. So that way it could fit into bigger hands just a little bit better. There we go, just a quick pause, clean the lens a bit for you. Cutting a lot of potatoes, onions, meat with this, and then just letting it sit while you have your dinner, and then cleaning it right after helps really etch that patina in there. You could do a vinegar soak, or stab it in a citrus type fruit, or if you want to do patterns, dot it or stripe it with yellow mustard, that works. So overall, it's a great little knife. I really enjoy it. I like the different options for lanyard lashing holes that they have in here, and it lightens it up a little bit. The micarta is kind of like, it's a little bit grippier than the Bark River micarta. It's like kind of that grippy, more tacky than grippy, I'd say. But you could always attack it with some sandpaper to roughen it up a bit. No big palm swells or anything, but as a great small belt knife, you can't go wrong with this. Fair price too. Around 70 or 80 Canadian or so. And a great little belt pack or neck knife for that guy there. Sending this to a friend, but I really enjoyed carrying an XL Voyager again. Obviously, I can't believe it's controversial, but so many guys out there hating on serrated blades. I used to think like that, so that's why I bring it up a lot, is that guys who say they don't like serrations, most of the time I find they either just haven't actually used it enough, or maybe they just have too much of a difficulty sharpening them. As long as you have the right ceramic rod or diamond rod, you're totally fine. Been using this for a lot of cardboard and even food prep. Basically, as long as you don't really need to shave or do highly accurate carving, I'd say that serrations are great to go, especially if you're cutting lots of fiber stuff like cardboard, rope, plants, etc. The stonewash finish is holding up really well. This thing still basically looks new. 7 ounces overall, so it's a big blade to carry, but like I said a lot before, as long as you have a good belt with good pants, that's all you need to make carrying multiple items a breeze. So basically, folding chef knife. That's why I like the Voyager series. And they're just a lot of fun too. And with that mass of the huge blade, swinging it open with a little bit of a wrist flick with those thumb studs, it's a breeze. If I was keeping this and not sending it to a friend, I would definitely do Nut and Fancy's JB Weld mod, where you just tape up this portion here, take off the clip, put on some JB Weld. When it's dried, then you can pop the clip back on, and you have a smoothened area, so it makes drawing it in and out of the pocket much easier. So, great knife overall. If you guys can manage to grab a Voyager, especially an XL, I highly recommend that. The biggest change for my EDC is this. No, I have 20/20 vision. These aren't real glasses, but these are blue filter light glasses. About 27 bucks on eBay, shipped from Vancouver. They did come with like a little, they actually did come with like a little blue LED light just to slap on the keychain with a card, and you would shine it through the glasses and put the card on the other side of the glasses, and that would actually test if the blue filter is working. Because, looking for a different career, spending a lot of time on the laptop, and, getting the eye strain and headaches, and wearing these, it could be placebo, but I really do feel a difference wearing those. So, I'll keep using those for sure. I really like how it comes with a little protective case. I can stuff it into the daily go bag, etc. And it's definitely really new for me, having glasses as a part of the EDC system. I've been rocking a different GShock for the past couple weeks. I definitely much prefer the Rangeman. This is not solar powered. It's just a regular GShock with a battery. Battery lasts a long time. It's still got all your other features. So you got your lap meter, timer, alarms, etc. So still a lot of things you can do with this GShock. And personally, I'm not too keen on the whole, like kind of reminds me like a race car, it looks like a speedometer or something like that. And the red and the black with the silver. It's not totally my style, but I do enjoy it while my Rangeman is charging in the sun. So it shows you the time, so hour, minutes, day of the week, seconds. There's your hour, there's your minute, and it's nice how you do have a bright glow. It's only a second or two, but it's great in the dark. It lightens up the whole face so you can see it. And every hour notch, if it collects enough light, it does glow in the dark. So that's pretty nice. But I'll be sending this off to a friend as well pretty soon. Just nice to have a little different option there, but I definitely prefer that Rangeman with all its features and the fact that it's solar charging. So, just final thoughts on that. Here's kind of the multi-tool system. Having the Leatherman charge kept inside the bag here. And I can clip this onto the bag, I can clip this onto my belt or pants, or just slip this onto my belt. So, it's been crazy cold, so lip balm is an absolute must. And I've actually been using it to actually rub on my skin as well. You can see some minor frostbite there, but that's normal. I got that every year. So using that to help hydrate the skin, hydrate your lips. Yeah, I've got the Leatherman in the bag, but I've got the extra bit kit slipped in the back there as well. I've been using this Leatherman Juice. It's a great smaller multi-tool, light to medium duty. I would have really liked this to be an assisted opening one, just like the Leatherman Squirt, because I think, like, with basically the same look and system, I think they really could have put those springs in there to help have that assisted opening. But, you know, it's got everything you need. The shanks are really small, so you got, you know, your Phillips. There's the lanyard hole hidden in there as well. And then you've got your smaller flat heads and bit drivers, etc. I was working at Coast Mountain Sports a while ago, and the Juice was always sold out. I think just because it's such a great smaller Leatherman. Like, this is really popular amongst campers and hikers. So pretty much the Juice, Signal, and the Wave was constantly selling. So, you know, you got your bottle opener, can opener, and wine cork opener. This side, I think that's one of the big sellers, is you do have some really serious scissors on that side. You got a pretty decent blade too as well. You know, great for food prep, peeling potatoes and stuff around camp, etc. And then this is just a little bit hard to get open because you have to open the awl before you can open the saw. It's great for, you know, doing your small bits of notching, etc. It's got a very sharp spine, so you could use this as your fire steel striker. And then that's a pretty nice stitching awl, I'd say. You know, I've been using it for a bit of leather work, and I always remind myself why I don't do as much leather work as I want to do, because, you know, if you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on Tandy leather products, you know, it's pretty hard stuff, but it's fun regardless. It's pretty good. You know, you can actually feed the thread through that eye in the awl, punch, stitch it through, etc. You know, it's pretty nice. I enjoy it. And I always like to have an awl somewhere in my kit. Although I've never really used an awl or had to use it. Like, I've never had to, you know, do that much heavy stitching on a, you know, tent or canvas or anything yet. But it's just good to know it's there. Also, I'm not doing enough outdoor stuff. It's got good jaws. I'd say they're about 90% capacity of your Leatherman Wave jaws, etc. So basically, it can definitely help change a car battery for sure, and do 90% of the tasks you need at home or at the office or whatever around camp. But I can tell already I'm probably gonna put it in the trade pack, you know, on the chopping block for trade. I just prefer my charge so much more. You know, the instant, you know, one hand opening blade, saw, etc. And it has that extra sharpening file, and the fact that the charge or the Wave has that interchangeable bit system on it already. This is another one. This is the 5UV EOS by Olight. So this takes a AA battery with 45-minute runtime. And the cool thing about ultraviolet is that it can help sanitize things. So it's been known to help kill bacteria, viruses, mold, etc. I'm not an expert on that, so I don't know how long you'd have to have it shining on something for it to do that. This thing just looks friggin' cool. I really like having a different pop of color come out in the EDC, etc. But the main thing that I have about this, and why I'll be putting it in the trade pile, is that, you know, for a much bigger light, bigger battery, bigger weight and size, the keychain flashlight version of this with the 3 UV EOS, to me, it pretty much has the same output. It's a different wavelength. So that's pretty much the only difference. It's the same runtime, and it's an ounce heavier. So the only reason I think you'd want to get this one, besides the cool color, is the maybe if you need the pocket clip and you want that button to turn it on instead of twisting the head on the other one. I would just save some money and stick with the 3 UV instead of the 5 UV. It was definitely nice. I do enjoy it for sure. But if you want a small flashlight, I would say go with a 2-way system. Have the smaller keychain version on your keychain and have just a regular 5 UV. So last but not least, still got Olight on the pack. Switch it onto the belt. Also has the headlamp band on there. And everyone's favorite, blades. So you got this more classic, which I've been loving. I can baton kindling with it. I'm very careful. It's got the ferro rod on this custom sheath, Kydex sheath with the carbon fiber pattern. Wintertime, great excuse for wearing a neck knife, because instead of, opening your coat to access your belt, you have your neck knife ready to go just by reaching in the top of your coat, and it's there. Weighing only maybe, I don't know, probably 5 ounces or so with this whole system. I just don't feel it on me. And having a nice little fixed blade is really indispensable. And then I've been loving my 20 CV Buck 110. Throw on a quick thumb stud on there, and you're laughing. I've just been dropping it in the mag pocket on the 511 pants, or just dropping it in the pocket of these Columbia pants. And sure, it's heavy, but, slapping it on the belt sheath, wearing it on the belt, and you don't really feel it anymore. Buck's 20 CV is amazing. Been using it in a lot of food prep the past few weeks, and using it to cut down cardboard, open packages, etc. And it's just good stuff. So, great knife overall. I love it. If you can find an S30V or a 20 CV Buck, highly recommend grabbing this thing. The pack, still getting used to it. I really like the organization, the weight and the feel difference of this Maxpedition Rift Core bag. And I really just like how much lighter it is. The only thing is that I'm just still figuring out the internal organization with putting my kids' clothes and a diaper kit in this bag. So overall, some pretty big changes to the EDC. More stuff coming, guys. More reviews on the way. And as always, hope you guys take care. Have yourself a good one. And hopefully we'll do a giveaway in the future for you guys. See ya.